Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Locker Room Media. Today, I know it's a couple days later than the draft, and I think we can both are going to be able to express our responses on a couple teams here. It's our 5 biggest winners, 5 biggest losers, and 3 biggest steals of the NFL draft. But yeah, I think this year was the most exciting draft I think I've watched in my whole entire life, and I've only been alive for 16 years. Crazy to think of, but like it was exciting. It was exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I had an absolute blast. In case you guys missed it, we streamed almost the entire first round. Absolute blast. It was just, man, yeah, this was a very, very exciting draft, and it was awesome to, just watch unfold.
Exactly. Football is our lives, and it'll forever be that way. Obviously, I think you guys, if you guys did watch the video that came out on Monday, my first round draft grades, I expressed my hate for the pickup of Caleb Farley by your Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, I hate it
I
too.
should have picked up Rashad Bateman, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Lions got a steal in Penei Sewell. Gotta love them. Well, I think we should get underway with this video. Starting off with the 5 biggest winners. I'm gonna go over with my first one. We both can agree for our top 2. The Browns and the Panthers had arguably the best draft in here. The Browns got the 2 biggest steals in the draft. They got Greg Newsome in the first round. And then they proceeded to get JOK in the second, somehow, some way. I don't know how, but
he just fell to them. Yeah, they passed on him in the first round, and then somehow, some way, they got him in the second. That man.
Panthers had an all-around draft. They filled out positions that they need. J.C. Horn in the first round was a big pickup for them. That defense is, like I said, it was a very, very defenses this year just got better. It was the only thing. I don't know how to explain it. No teams that had good defenses expressed their offenses at all. It was just straight defense. Like you see the Browns, their defense next year is going to be dangerous. Like it's going to be hard to even run on them. You have Myles Garrett and then JOK on the other side. I don't know how teams are going to be able to run against them.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can kind of say Justin Fields to the Bears, and the Bears are two huge winners right here. The Bears had an amazing draft, and Justin Fields falling to pick 11 as the Bears traded up for it was the best thing that could possibly happen to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm not even a Bears fan, but I felt, the excitement after passing on Patrick Mahomes and that being their personality for the past couple years. I think they were Bears fans were desperate to pick up a hopeful franchise quarterback, and all the TikToks and stuff I've seen on social media about Bears fans being excited. I'm really excited for them to be able to pick up Justin Fields.
See, I have mixed emotions about this. I am so happy that Ohio State quarterback has gone in the first round. Justin Fields is going to be a stud in the NFL. I don't care what anybody says. He's not a normal Ohio State quarterback. Look at the way that he was portrayed into the NFL compared to people like Cardale Jones, JT Barrett, even Dwayne Haskins. It's not something that you're going to see on a day-to-day basis. But the other side of me is like, oh, the Bears are in the Lions division. That's something. Gotta love that. Speaking about the Lions, I have Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. I don't know about you, and I mean, I think you can agree as the Titans fan. I might be a bit biased. They scored an absolute grand slam with this draft. Brad Holmes, I don't know if any of you guys watched the video of him picking up Sewell. Go watch it. It is absolutely electrifying. That man went ecstatic after Dan Campbell got off the phone with their new future right tackle. Man, literally was like giving you the Ric Flair woo. And I don't know about you, but that is the most exciting thing I could ever see as a Lions fan.
Yeah, you showed me that video, and I personally, I was kind of confused by the pick. I thought the Lions maybe needed a wide receiver, but after seeing how excited they were to pick up Penei Sewell, I was stoked for them. They looked super glad to get their guy.
Yeah, they got their guy at 7. The 2 defensive tackles that they got in the second and third round are absolutely beast. And then later in this at my steals, you'll see another thing about the Lions. Let's go over to your list for the second. You have the Chargers there, and why is that? Why is that?
Fairly similar reasons to the Browns and Panthers. This can apply to the Dolphins too. I think they just drafted exactly who they needed to. They filled out every position that they were kind of lacking. The Dolphins were able to pick up a weapon in Jalen Waddle for Tua Tagovailoa, and the Chargers were able to get a massive lineman stud, and I just think they picked up everyone they needed to, and both of them I think could be contenders next year.
All right, yeah, for sure. I can totally agree. Chargers, like I said, I've spoke so high of them, especially Justin Herbert. I feel like he's going to be a future Hall of Famer. That man's a stud. And then just surrounding him by great pieces on the offense, and especially with adding Rashawn Slater onto the team, that offensive line is a stud. They just got Corey Linsley, center out of Green Bay. We'll talk about that next slide. But the Dolphins go out and get their guy too. They got Jalen Waddle. Their starting wide receiver is going to be Will Fuller, Jalen Waddle, and Devontae Parker. That's a pretty good
and Mike Gesicki at tight end too.
Top 10 tight end right there, Mike Gesicki.
Yep.
They probably could have added to the running back game through this draft. They didn't really see them go for any studs. I kind of would have loved to see them pick up someone like Trey Sermon out of Ohio State, or Jarrett Patterson out of Buffalo. And I don't know. Was it Buffalo? No. It had to have been.
I'm not
sure. The guy
sure.
who put up like 400 yards and 8 touchdowns in the game. It had to have been Buffalo. Well, I think they probably should have went after him, but they didn't. I don't know if they did pick up a running back in the draft. My mind went blank after the 4th round. Just too much intake.
Yeah, I think they might just be trying to stick with Myles Gaskin, at least for this year. They might, see what he can do with another year. If not, they'll probably draft one next year.
Yeah, for sure. I think next year we're going to see more solid running back prospects as well. The Dolphins did have a chance to go with Najee Harris, but they chose not to, which is respectable. Pick 18. I don't really think you're going to go for a running back unless you desperately need one. Myles Gaskin didn't have a bad year last year at all. Mm-hmm. He played pretty solid. And I think that people are going to start having running backs on the trading block. Hold on. Isn't Kareem Hunt still a free agent?
Maybe. Was he just on a 1-year deal?
He was on a 2-year deal, so I think he becomes a free agent next year. That could be something too. They'd go after a guy like him. Or I think Philip Lindsay signed a 1-year deal to the Texans. They can go after him next year. There's plenty of guys still out in the free agency, I know, at running back. You can get a guy who's 6'1", and he's going to run like a 4.5, and there's your starting running back. Running back's the most replaceable position in the NFL, unless you're Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, and I'll throw in Saquon Barkley and Dalvin Cook in there too. I think those, and Nick Chubb. I think those are 6 guys you cannot replace in the NFL.
Well, we'll talk about replacing running backs here in a second too.
Yeah. My last winner here is Trey Lance. I think he made out like a bandit. In my opinion, I don't think this guy is solid. He played 18 games in basically a Division II football. I think they're named as a Division I football team, but they played Division II football teams. Mm-hmm. Trey Lance, in my opinion, is the Carson Wentz of the league. I don't think he was put into a great situation. Don't get me wrong. Kyle Shanahan is one of the best coaches in the league. The 49ers have an amazing team. The defense is going to be outstanding next year. And I mean, the offense is pretty darn good. I just think that they should keep with Jimmy G. And like I said, Trey Lance made out like a bandit.
Exactly. I still have no clue what 49ers fans are thinking. Jimmy Garoppolo has been with the Niners for 3 years. The first year and third year he was injured. The 1 year he played, they went to the Super Bowl. I don't know why they want to replace him so badly.
No, not at all. And especially, like I said, Trey Lance had only played 18 games in college. 18 games.
Yeah.
In Division II football.
That's why I still think Justin Fields was the right pick. I know that it was between Trey Lance and Mac Jones. I don't know how Justin Fields wasn't even in that conversation.
Shoot, I'd put Mac Jones over Trey Lance. Mm-hmm. I've said so many times, he's a very smart player. He's coming out of Nick Saban's offense, and that is a very smart coach. I think he's going to fit better in New England. But like I said, Trey Lance made out like a bandit here in the first round. On to the losers now. I think you guys can see my side. The Packers again. I have Cam Newton, like I said, Mac Jones. He's going to fit very, very solid in that offense. The Cowboys had one job to draft a good team this year. The best pick they got was Micah Parsons. Mm-hmm. I don't have to say anymore. Let's go on to your list, though.
So
yours.
I also have the Packers. I think they just, they even with the whole Aaron Rodgers situation, you need a wide receiver. They ended up getting Amari Rodgers, but there were top two. Elijah Moore was right there for the picking for him. Steelers, I have them on there. I just don't think that Najee Harris in the first round. I don't know. I feel like they could have waited and picked him up in the second round. They didn't pick up any other big name guys after that.
What do you mean? They got the punter, the 215-pound, 5'10" punter. He's about to be the greatest punter in the league.
Uh, moving on to the Raiders, their first round pick of Alex Leatherwood. I personally have a Raiders fan as a friend, and he personally loves the Alex Leatherwood pick. No one else seems to in the Raiders fan base because that's their personality trait at this point. Drafting second and third rounders in the first round, fourth and fifth rounders in the second round. But yeah, with the Bills, they just kind of didn't accomplish much in this draft. I feel like to be fair, they're already a very well-rounded team. It just seemed like everyone they drafted was just kind of because they had to draft someone. And then with the Texans, I mean, come on. Like they had like 3 or 4 picks this draft. They like the Dolphins own their souls. And then one team I didn't put on here since it was 5. I also want to put the Jaguars. Your draft, I understand you want to keep the connection between Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne. James Robinson, as an undrafted rookie, had an amazing year last year, over 1,000 yards. And you're going to go ahead and just spit in his face and draft another running back? I thought that was dumb. Absolutely ridiculous. You could have drafted an O-lineman to protect Trevor Lawrence. They ended up getting a couple, but I just think it was a bad pick to pick up Travis Etienne that early. If at all.
Tevin Jenkins was there available. There was a couple other great offensive linemen too. But I'm going to kind of reiterate you on the Bills. I think they were winners this draft. In my opinion, there was a solid reason not to go for a running back. They picked up more side on the defensive ball. That's where a lot of their strong suit needs to be, especially with playing teams like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, Justin Herbert and the Chargers. You look at a bunch of teams like that. The Colts can make a running with Carson Wentz. You can see Lamar Jackson. Him and the Ravens are absolutely going to be studs. Didn't they pick up Rashad Bateman? I think they picked up the wide receiver later in the rounds. The Dolphins even too. I think defense needs to be the biggest priority of teams in the AFC, and it's nothing bad to say. It's just look at the competition that's at the top round. Well, my final thing, the next slide will show. Here's my biggest loser of the draft. The Packers. Okay, I'm going to go on a bit of a rant here. I'm a Lions fan. I hate this team. As a football standpoint, Aaron Rodgers is a great guy. Top 10 quarterback of all time. I love the way that he's doing Jeopardy. But screw you, Aaron. You've been causing me pain since I've been born. I got out of the womb and Aaron Rodgers is like, well, have fun being a Detroit fan. That sucks. Dude, that is why I am so glad Aaron Rodgers is heading out of Green Bay. I am praying to God he retires or quits. He's got to get out of it. I am so happy. You don't even, because guess what? When he leaves, Devontae Adams is going to leave. Aaron Jones is going to leave. Robert Tonyan's going to leave. Jair Alexander's going to leave.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about how, exactly. I was thinking about that once Aaron Rodgers leaves, the Packers are instantly not a poverty franchise because as a franchise, they're legendary, but they're just a nobody team again. Like, because they haven't been a nobody team since before Brett Favre, and so I think they'll fall back into obscurity for at least a couple of years after Aaron Rodgers leaves.
I'm going to tell you right now, I will throw a party if the Packers lose the division this year. Whoever is watching this, you are invited to that party, and
even if it's not the Lions.
I don't care if the Lions win the division. The Lions can go third, but if the Packers lose, I'll be ecstatic. I will go crazy. I will be absolutely insane. And then you pick up Eric Stokes in the first round. What are you doing? If you wanted to make Aaron Rodgers happy, you draft a receiver. Did you know? I apparently this is a crazy stat that I learned the other day. I don't know if it's true, but I think it is with the way that the Packers have performed. They've drafted one offensive player since Aaron Rodgers. No, not since Aaron Rodgers. Since 2010. Since 2010, they've drafted one offensive player.
Like in the first round or just at all?
The draft.
Holy. Man, I didn't know that. There's no way. That's what it might have been in the first round, but all I know is they've only drafted one offensive player since then. Wow.
You know what? Yeah, no, it's starting to come to it. Probably sounds more realistic in the first round. No, I just seen that on Instagram. I think it was called U Stadium. Shout out to them. No sponsorship yet. But I think I saw it there. But no, Packers, screw you. That's all I got to say.
Yikes.
I think you can say that for the rest of your division too. You hate everybody else in your division.
I don't know. I kind of feel bad for the Texans at this point.
So do I. Okay, on to our biggest steals of the draft. I'm going to start off with Darsaw to the Vikings. They trade back with the with the Bears. Yeah.
Yeah. Or was it the Cowboys? I don't remember. I don't know.
No, because they had pick 14.
The Jets.
There you go. The Jets traded up and got their guy, Elijah Vera Tucker. That's who. Hey, good thinking, buddy. On the spot. They go back. They get their guy that they were going to pick up there. Darsaw is an absolute stud. He is so violent on the field. I just don't. It was a great pickup, I think. Onto yours.
Yeah, like I said a second ago, Sewell to the Lions, just that video of them just absolutely flipping out. Once they saw the Panthers draft J.C. Horn, you knew that Penei Sewell had fallen to them. After supposedly going number 5 to the Bengals and then falling to 7 to go to the Lions, just seeing that video of how excited they were, I'm glad. I can't believe that was their guy, the guy they wanted. So that was crazy to see. And yeah, I think he's going to be a potential all-time great at the O-line position.
Yeah, I've heard plenty of coaches say that he's going to be a Hall of Fame talent. Coming from, I play offensive line. And just looking at his footwork, I want to model my game after him. He's a 6'6", 330-pound left and right tackle whose footwork is like a receiver. Obviously, it's not a receiver, but like it's insane.
Yeah,
I've heard so many coaches say that he's going to be a future Hall of Famer. I love this so much that he fell to the Lions. I either wanted him or Micah Parsons at 7. If Jamar Chase fell that too, but I'm so happy to have him, and he's so excited to be here in Detroit. He's ecstatic.
Who'd have thunk, right?
I know who would be ecstatic to come here. I mean, like, it's Detroit. I don't know if you've seen, but our weather 2 weeks ago it snowed, guys. 2 weeks ago. It was April.
Man.
It was not to the point. We're going on to the next one, and we both have him, JOK to the Browns. I think this was one of the biggest steals of the draft. He's a first-round talent, top 20 pick talent. I think injury concerns made a lot of the coaches not pick him in the first round. Even the Browns at that point, I don't think they wanted to shoot on him. But like, if you're picking him right up there in the second round, he's still sitting there. You gotta go. You gotta pull the trigger. Anything to say about that pick or?
No, absolutely. I think I was kind of thinking it was a little dumb of them to pass on him in the first round, but I mean, shut my mouth. They got him in the second round. So I think it was more luck than anything, but what happens. So.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about your next one. Another NFC North topic. I think the NFC scored everything. I think all 3 NFC North teams except the Packers,
Yeah, like I said earlier, I just think that Chicago finally leaving their draft, Neanderthal thinking in the past, doing what the fan base wanted. Everyone was clamoring for a quarterback. They trade up, get Justin Fields. I think that was it wasn't really a steal, but just having the wherewithal to do what is best for the franchise. I absolutely applaud them for that after being, in shambles after not picking up Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, no, for sure. I can 100% agree with you. Another thing that is Allen Robinson's going to want to stay now. He's going to want to stay. He has a quarterback like Justin Fields, who's one is very, very mobile, and he's tough as hell. That man took an absolute torpedo of a hit in the Clemson game. Proceeds to get up and throws for 2,000 yards, 80 touchdowns. He proceeded to get up after that and just ball out. Like, no care was given. None. He acted like it never happened. He's been doing this his whole entire career in Ohio State. He's been taking big hits. He's got injured plenty of times. I know he's like he reminds me of a Matt Stafford, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
He's always had injury. And I wouldn't even say he's always had injuries, but you can see in the game he's been hit. He's been hit very, very hard. His just toughness is there. like Matt Stafford, a person like Stafford, like Goff. You can even say Aaron Rodgers too, like a toughness, like those type of guys who just want to play the game and want to win for the team. Him going to Chicago, like I said, is terrifying, but also great for their franchise.
Yeah, I actually saw a side-by-side clip of people analyzing that clip from Matt Stafford against the Browns when he hurt his shoulder and then came back in for one last play to win the game. And
Greatest comeback play of the whole entire NFL history. I don't want to. Nobody
and
can
then they analyzed that along with Justin Fields getting absolutely bodied against Clemson, and then just he was on that little bike for a couple minutes and then just got right back on the field. Exactly. Absolutely crazy.
He was out for one play.
Yeah.
So my final steal of the draft, like I said when we were on the first part, when we were talking about the winners, St. Brown's the Lions. I think this guy is going to success Kenny Galladay. He's an absolute beast. He's a speedster. He's going to go up and get a guy. He came out of a great offense in USC. He's a pretty good quarterback who just gave him the long ball often. And I think Goff, with this offensive line, and I've said this to many people too, I'm kind of going on a side rant. I always talk about the Lions, but I love them so goddamn much. But so I've told so many people this. People like St. Brown, Rashad Perryman, and even Tyrell Williams are going to do amazing this year. There's one reason why. If you have a top 5 offensive line that is giving your quarterback more than 7 seconds in the pocket, I don't care if you have Mitch Trubisky on drugs back there. He's getting it to a wide open wide receiver at some point. Mm-hmm. From bad offensive line, I know what it is. And I know what it is where the quarterback cannot get the ball to receivers. People like St. Brown, if you're giving him a chance to run 45 to 50 yards down the field, and a guy like Jared Goff with his arm talent, I'm expecting this guy to have 1,000 yards in his rookie year.
Wow.
It's insane. Just the pickup of him in the later rounds. And there was plenty of other steals too. Even Dylan Moses going undrafted and being picked up by, what was it, the football team?
Yeah.
No. Was it the football
Was it not? I thought it was.
Sorry, guys. I have to check this up. I have to look this up for a second.
In the meantime, guys, be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. There are a lot of big moves in this draft. Very exciting to watch. But yeah, I'd love to see what you guys have to say. I always read the comments. But yeah, so let me know what y'all think.
He went to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh.
Yeah. Still, he's
undrafted. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another guy. Jabril Cox falling to the Cowboys. I think that's probably another one of their biggest picks in the draft. Jabril Cox is a solid linebacker. Trying to think of anybody more. Terrence Marshall Jr. falling. Who'd he go to? Jesus.
I don't know. I watched the full day 3, and so I'm just kind of burnt at this point of the draft. But
I know he went to a very underrated team. Yeah, he went to the Panthers. I forgot about that. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and Terrence Marshall Jr. with Christian McCaffrey.
With CMC in the backfield. Yep.
Okay, I'm just saying this right now. There's no reason why Sam Darnold should not succeed in that team.
Absolutely, yeah. I saw a graphic today about teams that it was 4 quarterbacks that have no excuses this season. It was Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, Lamar Jackson, and Baker Mayfield. And yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, that is going to round out our video. Before we go, I want to reiterate this again. Soon to come is we're moving into a different subject into locker room media. We're getting into our first basketball type of season, as it's going to be the postseason. Coming up the 16th is the final game of the NBA regular season.
Yep, and then the play-in tournament,
which is honestly stupid in my opinion. But
I agree.
Also, we're gonna start posting MLB reviews on Fridays and Saturdays. One of those 2 days. I mean, me and you can get on here. It's probably going to be me and Labdy a lot too. I have to talk to that man forever. He's at baseball. He's busy. But we're probably just going to come on here. We're just going to talk about a couple of the games. We're going to put the stats up here. Who had a great game? Some of the horrible calls, because apparently lately refs don't know how to call a baseball game. But good job, guys. But yeah, no. So expect a lot in the upcoming month. We've got our schedule sent into our group chat, talking about it plenty of times. But for sure, expect a lot to come. The summer is I want us to absolutely grind. The summer will be the biggest grind of the part of the year. I'm free 24/7. It's going to be a grind, man, and I'm so looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. What? 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. You think we can get there?
Oh, just 1,000? Come on, man.
Yeah, blow us up to like 5 mil.
No, but yeah, absolutely. I'm very thankful to be brought on as part of the team, and I love you guys. It's been an absolute blast, and I'm very excited to be a part of the team and just grind with y'all. So
For sure, yes. Other than that, I think this has rounded off our video pretty well.
Yep.
Last thing, make sure to go hit all the subscribe button, turn on the post notification, comment, like, do whatever you guys want. Simply free. All you got to do if you don't want to anymore is just unsubscribe, unlike, turn off the post notification bell. It's free.
Why would you tell them that? Why would you tell them that?
Gotta be kind. No, for real though, guys. Go check out our social medias though. It's the first video that you click on our channel. It's got all the links. I'm gonna put it in the description here as well. Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. It's right under the video. Go click on them. TikTok's pretty cool. You make a couple cool content, and Instagram and Twitter are more instant breaking news. Twitter we don't really use much, but Instagram we've been using as much as we possibly can. It's just kind of been a boring couple days after the draft. Nothing big has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Locker Room Media. And I hope you guys have a great one. Adios.